Tell me what these last couple of games have been like. I mean, what is this run kind of felt like for you? How cool is it for these guys to obviously get to this point? Something the school has never done. Get to the state tournament.
Very fun. We just enjoying the ride, man. Like I tell them, just enjoy it. As look, I know it's frustrating. You got to get in the game. You got to do all this thing, but at the end of the day, I always enjoy it because like these things don't always come all the time. So once they do, you just gotta just be in the moment and just love it, and always get ready for the next game.
Where have you seen these guys grow the most over the year? I mean, I think about from the time y'all started y'all's first practice to now. I mean, where have these guys bought in the most? Where have they kind of grown the most?
Well, it's just I think like I told you before, it's all about like the parents. They always bought in, and whatever I need, they always like, hey, we got to get it done. And coach said, we got to lift weights, we got to do this, we got to do that. So, to have like a great team, you got to have like all like the parents on your side, and selflessness. All these kids, they always with each other. They always hanging with each other. So that's how you have really, really great teams.
And then it probably helps to have that senior leadership. I think of guys like King, Jordan Sewell. I mean, what have those guys meant for this program? How have you seen them maybe take on bigger leadership roles and kind of help some of these younger guys, especially in these big spots in the playoffs, right?
Yeah. Oh yes. Most definitely. King's been around for the longest. So to just have him in my back pocket is super key. He's always played basketball ever since he's been probably about 5 years old, and he's just another coach on the floor. A lot of times I don't even have to go out there and call a play, because he already one step ahead. So it's just great, like to have that on the floor, and like on my team as well.
What do you see in your upcoming opponent? Just over the last couple of days of just looking at them. Obviously, hey, if you're in the Final Four this point in the year, you're good. I mean, right. I think that's no secret. But what do they do really well, and what's going to be important for you guys to try to limit, or what's going to be key for you guys to try to find success?
Nothing easy. We got to just keep them off the 3-point line. They like to catch and shoot, and like as long as we can just keep them off there spots, like I think, we'll be okay, but we have to rebound, like I always told you. In these games, it always come down to rebound and free throws, and Boardman gets paid, before I say something. We gotta get rebounds, one shot at a time, and on to the next play,
Just King told me, just how bitter of a feeling it was last year, getting to the playoffs, but kind of maybe losing earlier than they thought.
Right.
How motivated have you seen these guys? And he even told me, he said, coming into the first practice or first day of walkthroughs or whatever, he said, one thing like you talked about was like, hey, like this is the road to San Antonio. Like we want to get to that point. I guess just how have you seen their motivation? How motivated are these guys, and are you seeing these guys kind of lock in at the right time? Are they playing their best ball right now?
Well, like I said, it was last year's team kind of brought that super competitiveness out of everybody. Practices were super hard, and going against each other. Everybody every day, banging on each other, going after each other, and it kind of changed the whole culture and mindset, and we just took that and just brought it into this summer and kept on coming with it. And like this year, it's been like the same thing, competing every day in here, and just getting super better at just everybody locked in and paying attention to small stuff and getting ready to play.
One other thing I was just curious about before I forget, and this is honestly one of the last questions I had off the top of my head. I mean, all year long you guys have been rolling. You've had great games. You've played tough competition. You've had maybe a couple losses here and there. But I don't know. Like, do y'all look at the outside noise much? Because I feel like you guys haven't been ranked all year, but clearly you're one of the 4 best teams left. I mean, was that a chip for these guys' shoulder? Like did y'all even look at that all year? I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Like, was that like maybe a little bit of added motivation for these guys to kind of prove that they belong as one of those best teams in Class 2A?
Oh yeah. Well, we keep that a little secret. We saw it. We saw everything, but we kind of just kept it to ourselves and just say, hey, whenever the game comes, let them know why, we keep winning. And, hey, rankings don't, they don't ever mean nothing. You still have to play the game, so we just ready to play and we just ready to go to San Antonio.
Is there anything else we had to add? I'm good.
Yeah, well, I mean, every year that I've been with you, there's just been a lot of talent, a lot of talent. And I always think, what are we going to do? We're losing these seniors. Last year, I felt that very deeply. But
yeah, I think we lost six kids last year.
I mean, and I thought we were teed up to go all the way. We really such a strong team. I mean, overall, what has made it different with this crew? Because you've got a younger team, you really do.
Well, that team, they kind of, built like the whole foundation on working hard, showing up, coming to work. It was unfortunate, that we lost in the first round. Hey, we picked the wrong time to have a bad game. And, we just had a really bad game. But with all the bad came, all the good came out of that, because now everybody was like super focused, locked in on like, hey, we can't do what we did last year. So everybody's been like on the edge, locked in, watching film, ready to go.